is the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? Does she really like me? Like me? Or she just want does she just like what I can do for her? Or what she thinks I can do for her? Let's define, look, there's no, look, it's not one or the other. That's impossible. We're going to talk about that in a second. Female nature. But when I say, does she like me? Or when you question that, when you meet a girl, does she really like me? What do you mean? Who's this me that you're talking about? Does she really like me? What does that mean? I feel the real me, if we define that, my quality of energy, my consciousness, the vibe. She just likes being in that vibe. There's synergy, there's chemistry there. There's a connection that she really values ahead of everything else. This is what it means. If I ask that question, does she like me? Now, you can, she's not gonna like only that though. This is what we have to understand. The real question isn't, does she like me, or does she like what I can do for her? No, the real question actually, does she like me more than what she likes about thinking what I can do for her? That's the real question, because you can't escape our human nature. The female nature, instinctually, she's tuned on security. I had a girl leave me a good comment on my spiritual channel. I think I was talking about twin flames, but or I don't know. I don't remember, but I remember her comment. And she said, yeah, I enjoy like having my own space, not needing a man, but I do think about it sometimes, especially when I'm lifting something heavy. This is natural. Like, you can't fault them for that. Like, that's natural. And that, there's many different forms like that takes. So let's just say security. A woman likes, because she's instinctually, God put that software in her, because otherwise, like, we probably the babies wouldn't last. If we were just kind of like, you know, if the baby was like acting up too much, you just put him in a room for a while. Let's go to Las Vegas. Yeah, just leave him. You know, we wouldn't be able to do that. Like, the woman wants to take care of the kid. I had a friend once, he was going to develop this invention. I think guys think this is more funny than girls. Why? Because that instinct that I just shared. But what I'm talking about is he wanted to make like a bowl, and then he puts when the baby cries, he puts the bowl over the baby's head, and then the crying turns into like beautiful music. Yeah, this is how guys see. Guys don't have the same. The father's instinct is not the same as the maternal instinct in a mother. God is like hardwired her brain with security. Like, there's very few women can transcend that. But I've found, you know, the ones that transcend it the most, no, not transcend, the ones who are free of it the most are little kids. I'd say, you know, before like 9 years and younger, those girls, you can hang out with them, and it's just pure. It's nice. Like, they just like hanging out. We used to throw snowballs at each other when I lived in Michigan. And yeah, there was no game. We weren't working each other at any level. So I didn't use the word transcend, because they haven't yet faced life to where life activated all this female instinct software. You see, that comes, yeah, starts to come when they're a teen. Nowadays, it's happening even faster because of the whole conditioning of society and parents, and you got to go find the man that's, you know, going to make your life easy and all that. Now, you meet women, I'm generalizing, like over 40, they've already had kids, or they don't want kids, or their kids are already grown up, and they're self-contained. They have money, like they earn their living, they're independent. Those girls, they've already tasted enough relationships to, you know, they have experience in that field. So they will appreciate a man for his quality of energy and consciousness. Generally speaking, there's a lot of women over 40 who are sick as hell also. I'm talking about a post-therapy girl. So, what do you do though? What do you do when you're in your 20s and 30s? I guess just realize that probably that relationship's not going to last forever. If they want kids. But even then, if they say they don't, later, they don't know. That instinct hasn't activated yet. You know how many times that's happened? I used to tell them up front, look, I'm not like marriage material or even relationship material really. And I definitely don't want kids. I used to pull out like 10 seconds before I'd ejaculate. I just wasn't playing around, you know, no way. For me, that was like a prison sentence. It's like, I mean, it's a big deal. Because I wasn't going to be a type, I have a kid and then I'll just disappear and never look at the kid again. Yeah, I would have to like be part of that. And it wasn't my destiny, you know. So, yeah, most girls in their 20s or 30s, that instinct's going to activate. On top of that, they're dealing with this instinct of security that also gets constantly perpetuated by their friends and society and parents, etc. That's going to rub off on you somehow. They're going to start, maybe not the first couple months, remember? Honeymoon stage, everything's cool. I let you be you, I be me, oh yeah, we're in love. And then later, all the expectations, all that stuff starts to come out. So what do you do then? That's what I'm saying. Just be aware from the get-go, like as nice as this is, it's probably going to end. Not for sure, you know, hey, let's keep some hope alive if you want. But then that will help you not get so surprised when you see this stuff happening. It happens such subtle way, it's crazy. Especially after you start having sex. All of a sudden expectations start to be there that weren't there before. It's like, what happened? And you don't even really realize it because energetically you're like, your chords are in each other now. You're having sex and you're like asleep. It's like you got drunk on this, Cupid got you drunk and you can't see things straight anymore. I got a friend now like that in Florida. You know, I've known him for 35 years. He met this Brazilian girl and he's done. I knew that was gonna happen when he first told me he met her because, she's much different than his first girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be done. She'd kiss him, so I love you, you know, and my love. Yeah, I always used to like that. I like the Latinas say that when they're in a relationship, usually with the guy. They call you my love, mi amor. I like it. So he was done. She started putting that on him. He's done. She has more money than he has, but yet she moved in with him and wants him to pay the rent for everything, and he just doesn't have much money. He's never had much money. He's just struggled like he has money karma. Just some people are like that, you know. So what's the point? Careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. What are you going to do though? You can't like avoid relationships. If it's your destiny and your karma to have these situations for learning experiences, you have to have it. And that's what they're for. They're for learning experiences. Also to taste the enjoyment and the intoxication of being in love with somebody and having this nice, you know, warm communion. Like it's all good. But just don't be afraid of it ending. If you get attached, you have a heartbreak, it's okay. Like, what are you going to do? You have to experience that. It's not going to kill you. That's why do your semen retention, do your lifestyle habits, your vibration's higher. You can handle these things. You can handle when life hits you with a strong blow, like a relationship ending with somebody that you really loved. But don't try to manage it with your mind and be like, yeah, I'm not going to get into that because this might happen. No, man, just flow with life. Just handle it. That's it. You just handle it. Whatever life throws at you, just, hey, God put me here. God will take care of me. You'll see my spiritual channel if you want, Spiritual Renaissance. But that's the thing in a nutshell that we're trying to figure, that it helps to have some clarity on this, although it can take a while before you can get the clarity about, does she like me more than, does she like me for me, or does she like what I can do for her? But she's always gonna like, look, you have to factor that in, that she's gonna also like what you can do for her because she's a woman. Can't get away from that. Guys have their own thing. Guys generally like having sex and like a nice warm female energy by them and likes to show them off in public. Like, that's just what he does. It can't help, that's instinctual for a guy. So we have to respect and honor this human software that we have. Like, you have to give space for that. It's like if a girl and guy's in public and a girl walks by in some tight spandex or something and she has the shape and then he looks, like, she's got to give, the girlfriend has to give some space for that. Now, if he's like drooling and he runs after her, yeah, then okay, get rid of him. But like, we have to allow the human nature to play its part too. But again, the question is, does that dominate? This is what we're trying to find out. And a lot of times you don't know. You don't know. It could take 6 months or a year to figure that out, or for it to be revealed. That's why I say don't have sex. Postpone sex as long as you can so you know what you're dealing with. Sex makes everything complicated. It's hard to see straight after that. Remember? Because Cupid like shot you and now you're like duped. So if you can go 6 months, you meet a girl, you love her, you feel like there's something there, okay, just don't have sex for 6 months. Yeah, good luck. All right, see you.